Hi, all. It's Keely Miracle, your subconscious specialist. Just tapping in with a little neurointuitive transmission. I was thinking about how, when I was a younger woman, there would genuinely be times when I was ass out. I mean, broke. No money, maxed out card, praying for my next hit, like really and truly broke. And people would look at me when I would allude to it, or if I would say it, people would look at me and think I was like pretending. That I was withholding, or that I was joking, or that I was pretending. And I mean, it took me, this is all before I figured out my money thing. Took me years to understand how it is exactly that I came here to make money. Took me years to understand how I interact with money. Took me years to really clarify my relationship with money. Get into the nitty-gritty, which I think is why I have become so effective in helping other people get into theirs. Because I've really been there, and I really did the work, because money is one of those things, because it is the key facilitator on this plane. It's not the only facilitator, which I think people get lost in. It's a key facilitator, though. Money is one of those things that you really need to understand. So anyway, I was just thinking about that, because there were really times I was asked out and people would look at me, and to a certain extent, they were showing their envy, but what they were also seeing was my abundance. I've always been an abundant individual. Whatever I turn my hand to grows. That's just how I am. Now, I know people who have decided to become that way, which is what I'm talking about when I say, like, prosperity is a gift for some people, and it's a practice that has to be maintained. So it's a skill for many people. It's a skill for more people than it is a gift, to be honest. That's a combination of conditioning, world history, positionality, life path, all of that jazz. So it really is a thing that you have to opt into for most people. But anyway, there are going to be people in your life who see, and I've talked about this before, who see your gifts before you do, or people in your life who see you in a light that you have yet to see yourself in. And they are doing something important, which is holding a vision. So it's really tempting to demonize when people get like really jealous of you, or they express, or they turn that jealousy into action and it becomes envy. It's easy to demonize that. Sorry, just have a chest thing. It's very easy to demonize that. And I'm not saying that I allow it in my personal field. If that's what you show me, I am putting you in a corner, and you are possibly not ever going to be allowed back into my inner circle. And it's not a click thing. There is a circle of confidence. And if I've drawn you near enough for you to be in it, move accordingly. I move very similarly in my relationships. I take it very seriously. When you bring me into your trust, I take it quite seriously. So it's just a fact of life. But anyway, there are many times in this world where people will see your gifts before you do and want access to the fruits of said gifts without contributing, without doing their own labor, without accessing their own gifts, without thinking about what their own gifts are, yada, yada, yada. You've been there. So anyway, these times when people would look at me and think that I was just joking or withholding, in fact, someone made a crack like, oh, it's always the richest people who are, who act like they're broke. And I was like, what is going on, girl? What is going on? Like a little crack. And it's like, okay, well, now I know who to watch. Um, the point of this all is that not only are they holding a vision, so they're doing you a favor in this way, they're also doing you a favor because you know that when you do your work, you do start seeing yourself in a higher light and things start moving accordingly, you know who does not need to be at that table with you. You know who does not need to be partaking in that harvest. And it is really important that you keep those boundaries tight. There's a really abundant energy coming up. I would say the next 2-3 months, really, really abundant energy coming up. And you want to position yourself accordingly to really catch quite literally that harvest. But I know you've all experienced times when you have been excluded from something because of the company you keep, or just like something didn't work out because something or someone was attached to you who was not supposed to go where it is that you were invited. Sometimes this happens quite literally. Sometimes it's really figurative. I had a client once upon a time who had several sort of dream roles appear in a row. Really great roles. All her expertise. Um, would have been a slight stretch, but she had perfect resume for several of these roles. She was in a romantic relationship that was very, very draining. He was not a great guy, or at least he wasn't a great guy to her. Um, Great guy to her was not that. And he was very, very resentful of just about anything that she did. He performed lots of romantic gestures. So she would kind of doubt, I feel like he doesn't really like what it is that I'm doing. I feel like he doesn't want me to succeed in this way, but oh, he still sends roses. You know, you know, when somebody, even if it's despite what their higher self wants, when someone is resenting you. You know when someone, is a little bit jealous of you. You know when someone is a little bit envious. You know when someone's not satisfied and they're looking at what you have and what you could have, and they kind of want to be in your position. You know that. You can feel when that's coming on. Sometimes you are quite literally sleeping with the enemy. So we had some work together. She came to realize what her intuition was saying. In those situations, unless there's a clear-cut abuse, I really am just asking, what is it that you want and how is it that you feel? Because again, and it's not for anyone else to tell you, because before you're ready to listen, you won't hear it. So anyway, we did our work together. We're a couple of weeks in. She realizes that this is not a relationship that can move forward. She begins the process of ending the relationship. All of those job offers that she got turned down for, or said we're going with a better candidate. The one that she really, really wanted went with a different candidate, circled back shortly after she finished with that man, paid her relocation, almost tripled her salary. This is the kind of stuff that we're working with over here. Really and truly. But he was not invited where she was meant to go. And the longer that she held on to him, the longer it was going to take for her to get where she wanted to go. So anyway, we have those scenarios. We have those moments of decision. We have those moments of clarity. We have those moments when our intuition is really screaming at us. We have those moments where we see someone's true colors come out. And today is the Leo new moon. I don't know why I'm downloading this, but I am. I just released a little lecture, so like audio transmission, then an integration exercise with some prompts. It's a cute little something. It's about fear. I just released that. Because actually it was a concept that I had been playing with. It was inspired by some one-on-one work. I did the lecture a while ago, and then I just never put it up. And this week somebody went and bought the program that I thought was not visible on my site, and I put it up. So yeah, it's there. It's about fear. It's about, fear just being the smoke, not the fire. It's about alchemizing it. I know we get tired of that word, but I take you through a little exercise in the transmission so that you can actually do that. And that's it. I hope this was fruitful. Yeah. Love and peace from your neurointuitive.